Judge Katsango, I think it was, talked about Zamba's role as president of Comesa Court. I wonder whether people Mutitu Andoa know what that means. I met our brother Zamba in Lusaka when he was performing that role of president of the Court of Justice of Comesa Court. Comesa brings together countries of Africa because it stands for Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa. From Egypt to Sudan, where now the seat of the Comesa headquarters is, the seat of the court, through all of us in East Africa, what used to be SADC countries, on Zambia, Malawi, all the way to South Africa, bring together Angola and the DRC. This was the reach of our brother. I think we need to give God glory for having given us Zamba Kitonga. I suggest we give him a big, big clap. And on that note, Governor Charity, I forgot to ask you to please, for the next few minutes, 1 minute exactly, even as we prepare to welcome our brother Raila, remember that we have also lost Mzee wa Nyumbani. Mzee Kiale. It was like you were saying, we should not exploit coal mining in the Moi, what I even call special economic zone. If I heard you correctly, because I want to talk to you about that and convince you that the great industrial nations of the world, including the United States of America, did not develop their steel industry without coal. What are their special ways of making sure that as to exploit this God-given natural resource, it is also not harmful to the environment. It is possible, it can be done. And I want to tell you that I know that the South African consortium moved very fast with AB because there was confusion in Mwingi, block B and C or something. I don't know which is B, which is C. Is this one A and B? And they were ready. If we are going to develop and kick out poverty out of this part of the country, we need to exploit our natural resources to the benefit of this country. I see my brother Raila and Charity clapping. This is important. The Moi Coal Basin, a big joke with a Chinese company that was launched in Mwingi. I remember CS Chirchir, I remember others, Najib was there, and they have gone to sleep. Therefore, we are going to continue with that conversation, and I'm quite sure we're going to convince ourselves. I would want to see a situation where you have a special economic zone in this county that is going to create wealth for our people, Mutitu Andoa, Zombe, Mwingi, Andoama Otewonde, Batenangwe. That was my point. And I'm quite sure I'll try to convince you. That is also your right. That's also your right. I told you. So now, on to the other issues. The conversation about the reality of where we are now as a country is very important. Absolutely important. And I think that if we can put our heads together, I was the first one to say, let us at Bomas, let us try to have a non-contested referendum. A constitution, and a lot of us are constitutional lawyers, is never a static document. Never a static document. It must respond to the aspirations of his people. And therefore, this journey continues. This journey must continue, and I'm quite sure we are going to find common ground. I just want, therefore, to suggest that as we remember our brother Zamba and give him a heroic send-off. It has been said, and I don't want to repeat what Kibwana said, that when we went to Naivasha, we went with the Bomas draft. And that is what I can tell you as NASA we were actually preaching. And now we have an opportunity to go back and get that document, work on it, make sure the women folk in this country are never left behind. We should never leave any Kenyan behind, because this is a document that is going to guarantee our shared prosperity, as Senior Counsel James Orengo said. And therefore, it's a very important document. I want to commend it to us to read it. And if you see any mischief, point it out. And I see no mischief. If it is that people in certain parts of the country want to be included, we must listen to them, take note of their concerns, and move forward. I know that when Wiper appeared before the Yusuf Haji Committee, we argued for additional 3 counties of Nyambene, Mwingi, and even Gucha. But I can tell you that that will come, even if it doesn't come now, because we are growing. The first point I think of call is Governor Angilu, and I want to congratulate you because I know you're working with the World Bank to make Mwingi a municipality. Let us have the mayor of Mwingi for a start, and then develop that infrastructure around that subject. Therefore, fellow mourners, let us not grow weary. Neither should we slumber in making sure that this nation grows together as one united nation. 42, 43 nationalities living together as Kenyans. Therefore, you must, Jim, you must not take it against your brother, Senator Wambua Kiyo, if he sounds cynical about life. Our brother here was truly an example of a calm mind. I remember running into Zamba Kitonga on Mamangina Street in Nairobi because he had applied to become Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. And he took me aside, he said, don't even bother my brother because I know this one is going to the Kishis. That's what he told me. He had done his due diligence. Because we must also build consensus. The reason was simple. This county, ladies and gentlemen, has been endowed, and we thank God for it, given some of the best legal minds in the country. The first Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya was from this county. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Memo ndo taiwa kitele wa mwendwa. And then, Chief Justice Willy Mutunga. So because of the concept of inclusion, our brother Judge Nzamba Kitonga was very qualified for that position, was able to say, I understand. So don't even lobby, because sometimes you lobby for these positions. And so, we are here to encourage you. And umaituma mutito, lelu tosu, usiwe weto. And it's so painful, and I can see why Carol broke down, because has she known that in Kitui, there's a level 4 hospital with an ICU capability, she would not have miscalculated and take her husband all the way to Machakos. So we understand, but we are here to tell you, take it, our sister, take it. You are exercising your best mind.